Hey, Josh the Balloon Guy here, and today I'm going to make a trombone. Like simple as that, right? Let's just make a trombone. Well, there's a little more to it. It was actually someone reached out to me through a direct message and asked about it, and because their husband is a trombone player, and I myself used to be a trombone player, and I made one in a live one time. We were doing a musical instruments jam, and I made a trombone, and figured this was a good time to make another one. So I, I'll be honest, I don't know exactly how many balloons we're going to need. I know we're going to need two 260s for the main tubing. Um, Now, as far as exactly how big all that's going to be, like I'm going to have to kind of work it out as I go. It has been a minute since I've touched a regular trombone because I used to be a trombone player, and it's been at least 25 years. But one of the things we're going to start with here is actually an 11-inch round, and that's going to form the bell of the trombone. And I'm only going to blow it up to about half of its capacity. Okay, if you were to put this on a sizer, it's probably a 6-inch round. It's about the same height as my hand, my full hand, or the diameter is a hand and a thumb. Now, once you start to manipulate it, it's going to get a little bit bigger than that. But you guessed it, we're going to apple twist it. Get it prepared for a not really a marriage twist, but kind of a marriage twist. Okay, so got it blown up, sitting here, and then we're going to take our first 260, and I'm going to blow it up, leaving a little more than a hand. All right, so a little more than a hand, not quite a hand and a thumb. So about five, or right at 5 fingers, if you want to be kind of specific. I'm going to burp it a little bit to give it a little extra nozzle. All right, tie it very near the nozzle. And there's two different ways that you could do this. Oh, it just refilled. Tell you what, I'm gonna do it the second way, and that is going to be starting with 2 pinch twists. Okay, and then we take our round, squeeze the balloon up toward the knot, and then push through, grabbing and twisting off. And by doing that, rather than making it a marriage twist, we're going to end up with that clean bell look. And then we don't have to do anything special here, like tying in, an extra scrap or whatever. I can actually wrap that around those 2 pinch twists, and that will end up being enough to secure it. Okay. All right. So we have the bell of our trombone. If you're holding it at attention, that's what you're going to see. And then this is going to come back this way. Now, the reason I left so much of this is because we're going to need to do some structural building. So I'm going to go back about 2 hands and put a single pinch twist in. And I want to take another 260, and I'm only going to blow it up about 3 hand widths. And it's going to be all of our structural pieces. Okay, and so for that, I'm going to do another pinch twist, and then tie it and then twist it together with the pinch twist we just made in the main balloon. And then we're going to come back, we're going to give our original 260 a curve. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and twist the 2 of them together, and then do a pinch twist on each balloon. And the reason for that is the double pinch twist provides directionality. Okay, so a single pinch twist provides structure, or a termination point. The double pinch twist provides directionality. I'm going to tear off and keep this one inflated because we're going to need it again here in just a moment. Go ahead and tie it off. Set it to the side. Wrap that loose end around really well, and then come down, and right under our bell, we're going to go ahead and squeeze out just a little bit and make 2 more pinch twists. And because I left off and blow it up, I left about 4 fingers, it ends up leaving a little bit more of a tail than I want. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that tail. All right, and then we're going to set that whole thing to the side for a moment. have our other piece here, and we're going to take another 260. We're going to blow this one up basically all the way. Give it a little burp, just so that it's still kind of soft. And in this case, I'm going to take, let's see here, what scraps do I have? Oh, I don't have a scrap, but there's a good piece of gray. There's a gray balloon here. So let's take this gray, do it about three finger bubble. Okay, and then I want to go ahead and go down, leaving just about a 1 finger bubble at the end of that, making that our mouthpiece. Okay, and then I'm going to tie off a little bit further down than that bubble. And this is why I said I was looking for kind of a scrap piece. Cut off the rest of that, and then we're going to tie that to the nozzle of our 260 and do a marriage twist. And that gives you the mouthpiece with some definition. Okay, and that would also be the collar where you would attach the mouthpiece. Then we're going to squeeze out the rest of our balloon. Come down, find the midpoint, and give it a shock. And then push that shock back a little bit, and that gives you the shape of the slide. We grab our structural piece again. Okay. This time I'm going to go ahead and put both pinch twists in the structural piece, because since I blew this one all the way, I don't really have a whole lot of room to do that, to make it to a pinch twist on here. Okay, where the air is going to go. And I'm only going to go about a hand width, about 4 fingers, and then twist in that double pinch twist, and that's going to be where you actually hold the slide. It is, that kind of Italian motion. All right, and then we're going to give ourselves just enough spacing for a hand width, and we can adjust this if we need to here in a moment. So about 4 fingers. Do 2 more pinch twists. Tear off. We should be done with that. Tie off by twisting around really well. And then into our slide. Again, just making a bubble on the slide and then wrapping it around the double pinch twist. I'm going to give it a little bit more shape here so that everything kind of stays together. All right. Now, your slide actually goes horizontal like this. Okay. And the bell goes on the vertical. So we have just a little bit of that slide left. We're going to bring that into the double pinch twist that we made on the bell. And I'm going to take that structural piece, and I'm going to put a structural piece between the bell and where we just connected the slide. And because we already have double pinch twist, all we're going to need to do is tie that in on both sides. Good wrap. Figure out my sizing here is 4 fingers. 4 fingers. Tie that in. And then 1 more tear off. And there you have yes, a good old trombone, and it comes back to you like it was yesterday. All right, try to position it where I can take my screenshot here in a moment. But as always, keep practicing. I'll see you next time.